Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Stuart. If this is your first time at my channel, thank you so much for swinging by. I hope you stick around. In this video, I wanted to talk about why I believe designers should learn FBI negotiation tactics. Let me explain. So every now and then, I like to take some time off simply to learn because I'm a nerd. But aside from that, from having a full-time job, having 2 young kids, and just life, things could get squeezed out. Stuff like reading, tinkering, trying stuff out, and even just being able to be bored long enough so your mind could just think clearly in the long run. So that's exactly what I did a couple of weeks ago. Could have been a month ago, I forget. But there are a few things that I did. I just wanted to share with you one thing that I did during that week. And that's I took Chris's, we're not on a first name basis. I took Chris's, during that week, I took Chris Voss's Art of Negotiation class on Masterclass. And if you don't know what Masterclass is, it's basically an online learning platform. Think of it kind of as like a Coursera or a Skillshare. But what they do is get together people who are really at the top of their craft, typically people who have some sort of celebrity status, right? And that you would recognize as someone who's really good at what they do. And they teach classes in a video format, in high production cinematic video format. Sort of like Jiro Dreams of Sushi, if you ever saw that on Netflix. Awesome documentary. And kind of like Chef's Table. I love watching that stuff. So it's really fun to watch and it's packed full of awesome content. So that's exactly what I did. You probably have seen trailers for this before, but just in case, let me show you. Here it is.
These skills help you improve your life. Sometimes people say to me, these tools are just manipulation. It's about win-lose. That is not the case. Great negotiation is about great collaboration. Why does it matter to you that you should get better at negotiation? Because however your life is now, you can do better. I'm Chris Voss, and this is my Masterclass.
One of the first things that Chris Voss teaches in his Art of Negotiation class is something called mirroring. And it's rather simple. You repeat the last 2 to 3 words of what the other person has said as a way to encourage them to share just a little bit more, provide a little more detail, elaborate on what they shared. And I couldn't help but think that this would be so useful in my design projects when I'm researching to understand the problem just a little bit better or doing user testing sessions. Because without biasing the users, I'm trying to trigger them to share a little bit more about what they think and why they did certain things. So naturally, I practiced what I learned from the class in my user interviews as well as user testing sessions. And thinking back on it, I'm just really surprised at how effective it was. It was effective almost immediately. There's a little work that you have to do in terms of working on your delivery and your tone. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it actually is pretty easy to do on a regular basis. Okay, listen. So if you got this far in the video, you might be wondering to yourself, like, why am I making a video about this? What I just shared seems so obvious. And part of it could be true, but I'm willing to bet that if you've done your user research on your own before, or you've done your user testing sessions on your own before, I think you would agree with me that getting good information, quality information, free of biases from users is actually very tricky. And personally, I'll speak for myself. If I'm not intentional about it and very careful about my script, my questioning, it's very easy for me to lead the user on and get them to say stuff that I want them to say. Or the session could be totally just useless because they didn't understand what I was getting at. They didn't know what to talk about, how to share the information, and what to really tell me and what I was looking for. So this I thought was an excellent solution. It's rather simple, so you don't need to be a specialist in user research to be able to do this. You simply repeat the last 2 to 3 words of what the person has said to get them to share just a little bit more. And I feel really good about this method because all you're doing is repeating the last 2 to 3 words. So I'm pretty confident that you're not injecting any biases into their responses. There's actually a lot more from the class that I took away and I thought could be useful for designers. And initially, I was actually planning to share it with you all. But then as I was doing this, I realized Masterclass is a paid subscription, which I paid for. And it would be wrong of me to share much more of the content with you. However, I also know that this is unfair for you because you probably clicked on this video expecting for me to share a lot more of the content with you. And frankly, the mirroring technique that I shared with you, if you watch the rest of the Masterclass trailer, you probably could have learned that.
It's just a simple repetition of the last 1 to 3 words of what somebody said.
So to make this right, I only thought that it would be right to make this a giveaway. So here it is. I want to personally gift the Art of Negotiation class by Chris Voss to someone. And I should mention here that I'm not sponsored by Masterclass. I really think this will be helpful for some designer out there, which is why I'm doing this. So it's $90 straight from my pocket to a screen near you because I think it will be helpful. So after watching the video, leave a comment below. Tell me a little bit about yourself, the fact that you're interested, and a way for me to contact you, and I will pick someone. Yeah, I really think you're gonna learn a lot from this. I did. And at the very least, it's a cinematic quality video. It's extremely fun to watch. I think you'll enjoy it. So cool. I'll see you guys next time.